One of my favorite quotes is by Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you see things, what you see changes. And this has been important to me for a while, but it hits me in really profound ways. It seems just when I need it, just when I need my head picked up. So I want to share with you an experience I had recently. So lately, I've been really busy with working with my one-on-one clients, working on some workshops for corporate leadership teams that I work with, and I'm also writing a book. So I've been very focused, head down, getting the work done. And luckily, my husband and I had a vacation plan just about when I needed it. And it was a little more adventurous than some of the travel we've done. We absolutely love to travel, but have not spent a lot of time in Asia. So we were going on this 3-week trip to Vietnam and Cambodia. And we were in a small village in Vietnam. And this family in the village invited us into their home so that we could see how they lived, which was amazing because it's one of the reasons that I travel is to see how things are done in other places and turn my thinking on its head and appreciate everything that I have and all the things. So they welcomed us into their home. We saw their home. We weren't really able to communicate with them because they spoke no English and I speak no Vietnamese, but we did have a guide so we could talk a little bit. But one of the things they did was they brought out a military uniform. And this had been their home for many generations. And this was the patriarch of their home, that one of their father, who had died a few years before, but had served in the Viet Cong during what they call the American War. So right away, that sort of caught my attention. And for me, the Vietnam War is history. I was very young, certainly not aware of geopolitics at the time, but what I learned in school was the Viet Cong was the enemy, not the Vietnamese people, but the Viet Cong, the army, was the enemy. And they were not to be trusted, and they were very dangerous. And as Americans, this was the Vietnam War. And of course, we were right. We were Americans. It has to do with how the history is written. Then I'm in these people's home that bring out this military uniform from the Viet Cong, has medals on it, which could mean some pretty tough things that this person did. And the family is talking about this so proudly, how their father was a hero in the American War. So this has turned everything that I learned in history upside down. The person that I thought of as enemy is hero, if you look at it the other way. The war I thought of as the Vietnam War to them was the American War. And again, this is one of the reasons that I travel is to have these profound experiences, to change the way I see things so that I can see other things. And what I walked away with was just this profound sense of humanity, how we're all just people. And why are we having wars and why are we killing each other? That's a whole nother video. Really, the point is that it brought that Wayne Dyer quote back to me so powerfully. And I saw things differently and I made connections in a different way. And I had all these ideas for my book and all these things I wanted to bring back to clients from a leadership perspective because I had this very different experience that flipped things over for a moment and called me to see things differently. And I just wanted to share that with you because sometimes we're convinced that we're right. And if we look at things a different way, if we ask ourselves, how do we know that we're right? How do we know that to be true? What if it were something else? We can make different connections and see things in a different way and enhance our leadership and our own appreciation for things just by doing it. So my hope for you is that you seek it out. Find a way to see things differently today. You do not have to go to Vietnam to make that happen, but you have to open your eyes and look for it. And I would love to hear what that is for you and what a difference it has made.